Okay, so looking at research on drug movements, there was a situation in Michigan dealing with a man named Leo Sharp, an elderly man, and this was big in the Detroit news. And anybody who knows anything about Michigan knows there's always been a lot of dope in Michigan, especially since the late '70s, early '80s, right? Detroit, Detroit mainly. But so Leo Sharp from supposedly was working with the Sinaloa drug cartel. And the reason why I'm researching this is because I think that most definitely the the Jessica Herringa the Jessica Herringa kidnapping is connected to the drug movement. And I had a situation where some of the individuals I think that were involved with kidnapping Jessica Herringa were definitely involved in snitch informant activity, stalking me, paying fake gang members to follow me. I was getting the basic white glove treatment, the contract stalking, gang stalking stuff, and it was pretty high and intense. I mean, it wasn't like the basic treatment. It was really bizarre high compared to most people. But my research in Michigan, I was looking at a website known as Expansions. Now, this is no disrespect to Stuart Swerdlow, who's a research presenter, a lot like myself. He's far more successful, though, and I was looking at Expansions, his company, and of course I saw that he was a Templar Mason, a Templar Freemason, which I'm not spitting on his name by no means. His grandfather helped form the Communist Party of America. Then his great grandfather was the first president of the Soviet Union. The first president of the Soviet Union, and I was looking at the southern Michigan region, and I had some issues dealing with Masons coming from southern Michigan, like the Indianapolis, Indiana, where Jim Jones and People's Temple is from. I exposed a lot of work with Jonestown, and to be honest, Jim Jones and the People's Temple were involved with smuggling, with drug smuggling, with smuggling gold out of South America, out of the Port Khartoum airport. So going back to what I'm saying, basically the Sinaloa drug cartel hooked up with this Leo Sharp guy, definitely has something to do with the pipeline that goes up into mid-Michigan, northern Michigan, and there's definitely a connection with the ExxonMobil gas station. I often think maybe there was corrupt cops involved with Jessica taking drugs out of the evidence locker and they were selling it. There's a lot of angles you can look at it with, but we're going to look into that. I just started looking. My research when it comes to drug pushing goes back to like the work Chip Tatum was doing with Oliver North, going back to like Central America, Noriega, and Noriega is one of the most interesting characters. Emmanuel Noriega. He's the only individual I've ever seen, a dictator in a foreign country, who the United States government went and arrested and brought back all the way to America to be prosecuted. And so he was not from this country, he was a foreigner, and he had his own country, he was running his own dictatorship, and he was brought here and prosecuted on American soil, not his own soil. So, that's an interesting thing. So we're going to look at that. Okay.